Hello everybody, I am GamerCasual, and welcome to Tales from the Tutorial. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to my first tutorial. I'm going to show everybody that watches this, and at home and around the world, how to use exclamation point, whatever command you want to set up to either play a sound to scare you, for general purposes, for anything. So let's get started. So first things first, you want to log into Stream Elements, obviously, and you want to go to My Overlays. Once you go to My Overlays, depending if you use Stream Elements or not, you might already have something here. If you don't, you want to create a blank overlay. It'll put something here, call it whatever. Once you are done, you want to go into the overlay editor. Excuse me. Like I said, you might already have one of these if you are using Stream Elements already. Once you're in here, you want to go to widgets and you want to look for store redemptions and you want to add. I already have one in here, so I'm not going to add that, obviously. Once you add that, you want to go back to editor. There's your store redemptions. It'll be a little square. You can do whatever you want with it, shrink it. It's going to be invisible, so it doesn't matter where you put it. I just got mine up in the corner. Don't worry about my media share. That's something totally different. So you want to click on it. I got my alert sound all the way to 0%. Do not upload a sound. I guess that's the same. Alert durations down to 4 seconds. And then that is that. Once you're done, you want to hit save. But before we go anywhere, you want to click in an empty green spot. And, don't click on this, don't click it or anything else you might have. Pretty much you want to get here and you want to copy this address with this little button. Copy that. And then you want to go over to Streamlabs OBS or regular OBS or whatever you use. And under sources, you want to add, where is it? The browser source. So we add in browser source. You click add, and then obviously where it says the URL, you want to Control V, or I don't know if you can right click. You can't right click. So Control V to paste the link we just copied from Stream Elements into there. And then once you're done there, you hit done. It doesn't matter where you put this because it's invisible anyway. So, and I'm just gonna edit. Yeah, I'll delete that after. So, all right. So once that step is done, we are done in here. You want to save, and then you want to go to exit. Okay. And it'll bring us back out here. This part should be done. So the next part we want to do now is go over to the Stream Store. And this is where you put all the sounds that you want. So obviously I already have one up here, but we'll use this. So you'd want to do create new item. Okay. And it's going to bring up this screen right here. See how item cost you're going to want to put down to 0, which we call blah, blah, blah. But we're going to go over here, pretend this is the one I just made. So global cooldown and user cooldown, this is where you control how long in seconds. Remember, it's in seconds. I actually found that out the other day. It's not minutes, it's seconds. So if you want a 5-minute cooldown, it's going to be 600 seconds. If you want a 10-minute cooldown, it's going to be 1200 seconds. It's whatever you want, but you have to remember it is in seconds, not minutes. So we will put this at 5-minute cooldown. The name is whatever you want to name it. We're going to keep it at test. Description, you can put whatever you want. A sound, boo, spoopy, whatever you want to name it. It doesn't matter. So I can't spell with crap. So a sound. Okay. So once that is done, everything is set. Global cooldowns all set. Item is at 0. Item quality -1. You want to hit next. Now this right here is important. So, but first things first, no, I don't have a preview image. I got the alert sound volume all the way to 0. This doesn't control anything. So, I mean, I've tried it. It doesn't raise or lower the volume of the sound. So I keep it at 0 and, whatever. So you're going to see this. So you want to hit, to add a sound to this, you want to hit upload sound. It's going to bring you to all the different sounds that you've either already uploaded or the sounds that come come with Streamlabs OBS. But if there's nothing in here you want to use, or if you went online, you want to find something scary, surprising, whatever, you find it, you download it to your computer, and then you pretty much hit upload, up right hand corner, drag and drop it here. It will, as long as it's a .wave or OGG or whatever, MP4s and MP3s and all that stuff work as well. You can also hit select files, which will open up this. So, but usually drag and drop is the easiest one. So once you drag and drop, it will go back to, not this screen, it'll go back to this screen. And whatever you normally upload will be in the upper left hand corner. Since Lurk is up here, we will just use Lurk. Then you just go over here, hit submit, and there you go. Now your sound is up here. Redeemable via chat. The item command, this is where you want to name it. You don't need to use an exclamation point word yet. You don't need to do this, like, for instance, Lurk. Don't put the exclamation point, just call it Lurk. We're going to call it test for now. But this is where you want to name the sound. Don't worry about this. You won't be using this. But this is the command, whatever you want to name it. If it's a spooky sound, if you want people, whatever, it's just whatever you want to name it. So once that is done, we're going to leave it at test. You're going to hit next. Everything is good. So we hit save. I just want to make sure I put on, yeah. Also up here, the item type, you want sound effect. That's in the very beginning. There's 3 steps: information, content, and requirements. So that's all good. We're going to save it. So now that is your sound right there. Now, like I said, what we have to do is we have to remember this word, whatever you used here. So we used test. So then once that is done, then we have to come down here to chat commands. Okay, now I already kind of have one set up, so we'll just use this. You're going to obviously hit new command. It's going to bring this up, which is the same thing as this. Okay, this is where you put the command you want. So we called it test. So it doesn't matter. You can name this whatever you want, a test. And this is where you add, if you want, the exclamation point. This is the most important line right here. You can do whatever command you want for it. You could do a lurk if you want. You could do a scream. You can call it. This is what the your users will be typing into your chat. This is the command that they will be using. This is what you tell everybody to use. And what happens if somebody uses exclamation point scream or exclamation point lurk or whatever, it's going to call this command, and this is going to say, okay, we're going to redeem test from the store. So then it's going to go, or exist, whatever. So then it's going to go to the store. So hopefully everybody is getting this. This is, like I said, whatever you name this, we could name it, I don't know, GC's test. I don't know if you can use different symbols there. So we'll say GC. We'll call it GC test. Okay. So let's save this. Then you go back to chat commands. Once you do this a couple times, it's really easy. Okay. So when we want to come up here, and where this says spoopy, we actually want to call this GC test. That's what we called it inside the store. That's what we need to call it here. Whatever the command you want for this, you could just do GC if you want, or whatever you want. You can make the command whatever you want, and then when everybody or whoever uses exclamation point GC, it will call on GC test, which is that sound, lurk sound from the store. There's really no way for me to show you it works, but trust me, it works. So, but that is the most important line right there. As you can see, all my other sounds: $, redeem evil laugh 2, creepy poops, scream 2, jump scare, scream. And like I said, the global cooldown and user cooldown for these, I don't know if I've actually said this. Oh, for advanced, yeah. I don't control the user cooldown and the global cooldown here. I control it at the store itself, the stream store. And also down here, it's the advances, whatever. it keeps it at say how should the bot send the message. I usually put it at replies so that way it replies to the person using the command. Enable command with stream is online, offline, both. You can, this is personal preference stuff. And like I said, the user and global cooldown I keep at 0. I control the user cooldown and global cooldown at here. This is where I do it right here. I control it right at the store. I don't know what one takes precedence, whether it's this one or the other one, so I just put everything in the commands, chat commands at 0 for global cooldown, user cooldown, and I can control that from the store. That's how I do mine. All right, so with that said, that is pretty much it. That's how the sounds work. So there's all my sounds as people have, anybody who's come to my channel has seen. There's all my chat commands for them. You will laugh, too, creepy poops, scream, jump scare, all that. And see, that's how I got them named. So that is that. As long as they're enabled, people can come in, use exclamation point, whatever command you want to set up. It will call to whatever sound you have set up in the store, and as long as you have your overlay set up, like I said again, the store redemption, it's under widgets. That's what you want. You want the store redemption as long as that's inside of the editor, and th as long as this address is inside of Streamlabs OBS, you should be good. So with that said, that is it for me. That's my little tutorial. So hopefully that helps. If anybody has any questions, you can reach me at the GamerCasual on Twitter. I'll do my best to help out wherever I can for you guys that want to create sounds for your channel. So everybody have a good day. I'll see you all later.